If you've lived in Lethbridge for more than a few years, you know we used to be Alberta's best kept secret. We had the views of the coulees, the small town feel, and most importantly, affordability that Calgary and Edmonton can only dream of. But looking at the final numbers from 2025, it is clear the secret is officially out. We just saw one of the most significant price shifts in our city's history. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the 2025 data. I want to show you the good, the bad, and the surprising. And be sure to stick around to hear my honest forecast for 2026. Whether you're a first-time buyer feeling the squeeze or a homeowner wondering if now is the time to cash out, this is the roadmap you need to navigate our local market. Let's start with the scoreboard because the numbers tell a very specific story about what happened in our neighborhoods last year. In 2024, the average close price for a residential home in Lethbridge was roughly $385,895. Fast forward to the end of 2025, that number jumped to $425,861. That's a massive 10.4 increase in just 12 months. Now here's the kicker. We actually saw fewer homes sell in 2025. We went from 1960 sales down to 1880. Usually when sale volumes go down, you would expect prices to cool off. But in Lethbridge, we saw the exact opposite. And what happened and why? It comes down to one word: inventory. We had a massive squeeze of supply last year. In 2024, it took about 48 days to sell a home on average. And in 2025, that dropped down to 41 days. Homes were flying off the market a full week faster than the year before. And buyers, they weren't just negotiating as much. Most homes sold for 99% of list price. Basically, if a great house hit the market in Lethbridge, it was likely gone before the open house sign was put even in the ground. It was not just local demand driving this. We saw a huge influx of people moving from high-cost areas like Ontario and BC. And when somebody from Vancouver looks at that $449,000 price tag, they don't see an expensive house, they see a bargain. The interprovincial migration combined with our own growing population created the perfect storm for sellers. But it also meant that for the first time, Lethbridge started competing directly with Edmonton market in terms of average price. We're not the cheap alternative anymore. We're top tier Alberta contender. What does this mean for 2026? Are we gonna see another $40,000 price jump? So we could see a $40,000 price jump, possibly. But remember, Lethbridge is a steady ship. We don't ride these wild booms and busts like other markets. Our economic engine, local industries, and steady growth keep us more balanced. So I expect another strong year similar to 2025. Don't get me started on inflation. Actually, I got a great joke for you. Inflation tries to go on a diet, but lettuce even costs more. Sorry, I had to. In reality, the Bank of Canada might even rise rates slightly in 2026 to keep inflation in check. So borrowing costs might stay higher than we remember. But hey, that's a sign of a balanced, healthy market. As for rentals, big developments are coming, adding hundreds of units that could cool down rental prices. But let's not expect a fire sale. Developers still like a profit. It's simply about supply and demand with some wiggle room, but no freebies. In short, Lethbridge is stable and reliable and ready for 2026. My advice for 2026 is simple. If you're a buyer, don't wait for a crash. The demand in Lethbridge is too tight and resilient for that. Instead, look for properties that have been on the market for more than 45 days. That is your window to negotiate. If you're a seller, the easy money phase where you could just throw a sign on the lawn and it's over, is over. 2026 is about presentation. You need a professional like moi, a strategic plan who utilizes all the tools and professional marketing tools, a deep understanding about your specific neighborhood's pulse. I know the city like the back of my hand. After all, I was born and raised in Lethbridge. You cannot just price it based on what your neighborhood did 6 months ago. You need a strategy for today's buyer. The 2025 numbers show the market moved incredibly fast, and that $425,861 average price is a real jump. I'm not saying that it's not a challenge for some, but just like how we have discussed before, not every market shift is a problem. It's about how you manage it proactively. Lethbridge's resilience is one of our biggest assets. We're not just seeing the hype, we're seeing the city that people actually want to build a life in. But in 2026, you cannot just wing it. Buyers, sellers, and investors, you need to manage this year with the right data and the right strategy. If you're curious about a specific home you love, or you're wondering about the equity in your current place looks like after this huge 2025 price surge, let's talk. I've got the local neighborhood reports and the clear, jargon-free advice ready for you. I believe in full transparency. Whether the news is record-breaking or just steady, you deserve to know the truth about your investments right here in Lethbridge. If you found this 2026 roadmap helpful, smash that subscribe button and hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And as always, whether it is the market predictions or anything else related to real estate, I'm here to help you along the way. Drop a comment below, send me a message, or even better yet, let's chat over coffee. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.